So guys, today is a pretty cold day, honestly, but we have a lot to do on the Supra. If you guys have been watching this series, you'll know I found a couple issues with it. So today we're gonna try to resolve that, including the sway bar end links, which have been like shredded to pieces, as well as the rear ride height sensor. And also stay tuned to the end of the video, guys, because we have a major update for the Supra. Is it good? Is it bad? We'll find out soon. So I'm thinking we're gonna start off with maybe the sway bars, because that should take longer. That rear ride height sensor is really easy. At least I think it is. So the trunk of the Supra has honestly been acting like my storage for this car, but in here, guys, we have a whole bunch of parts. Like I said, we're gonna be focusing on the sway bar end links first. It should be a relatively easy job, but it's so cold that I just wanna knock this out. Oh wait, my gloves, hold on. My bad. Sometimes when you're filming and talking, it's easy to forget things. Also, something else I think we need to do is change these trunk struts, because it does not stay up for nothing. Look at that. Yep, I think it's because of that spoiler. All right, let me grab these gloves, throw it off to the side. And then the other thing we need, which will be for a little later, is the ride height level sensor, which I left in the M3. All right, I just want to pause the video real quick to thank the video sponsor, and that is, of course, Simply Carbon Fiber. If you guys didn't know, they make a whole bunch of stuff out of carbon fiber. I have their wallet, I have their phone cases, which is honestly, I say this all the time, but my favorite item that they sell. So this right over here is their Forged Carbon phone case. Again, as you guys know, us car enthusiasts, we love our carbon fiber, whether it's on our cars, and now you can have it on your wallets, on your phone cases. Just check this out in the sun. Look how good that looks. Now this is of course red, so it's a forged carbon with a hint of red, but they do have a whole bunch of other colors. I personally just love red, so I chose this one, but they do have some more options. And again, guys, it's not just that, they have a whole bunch of other stuff. But again, personally, my favorite one is their forged carbon phone cases. I think these things are absolutely amazing. So if you guys want one, this is your chance. Go check out the links in the description below. So support me by supporting them. But with that said, guys, let's get back into the video. For now though, let's get to these sway bar end links. So we're gonna jack up the car, take off the wheel so we can better access it. And yeah, let's see if we can just knock these things out. All right, guys, so a few moments later, we got the wheel off. And I wanna show you, if you guys didn't watch that previous video, I wanna show you just how bad these sway bar end links are. So not sure how much you can see because of the lighting, but check this out. You see all that right there? That's the bushing. It's like completely shredded. What would happen though is if you have that bushing shredded, is it can create some clunking noises. Now when I drive this car, it has been making some weird noises. I didn't know if it was the shocks or if it was something else. Regardless, this isn't good, so we're gonna change it and hopefully resolve that clunking noise. Now to take them off, all we need is a 16 mil. You can see it has a nut right over there, and then also a counter hold. The counter hold is a T30, but if we hit it with a 16 mil with an impact gun, it'll spin so fast that we won't even need the counter hold. Hopefully, at least to get it off. To put it back on, we'll probably need the counter hold, but for now, let's just hit it with the impact and just hope this thing comes off right away. Boom. So the nut is out and it looks like it's still in good condition, which is good because we're gonna have to reuse this. But anyways, other than that, I actually had to jack up the whole assembly to basically release the tension off the sway bar, because if this comes down, it puts a lot of tension on the end link. And you guys will be able to see this little thing right over here. Before, because there's so much tension on this was coming down and you couldn't easily get it out. But now you can see how easily that comes out because it's all level. Anyways, something that's gonna make our life a little easier, but now we have to disconnect it from underneath where it actually connects to the sway bar. So unfortunately, I couldn't get the big impact in there, so we're gonna have to use this little workaround and hope that it works, but let's see. Did it work? Nope. So we're gonna have to do this the proper way, basically a 16 mil pass through and a T30 as a counter hold. So after a bit of wrestling with the hand tools, we finally got the sway bar end link out. You guys can see just how bad that is. Like, I don't know what have caused this, because this car is really not that old. It has like 40,000 miles, so I don't know. The top is actually in good shape, but regardless, we're gonna replace the whole thing. If there's a correct up or down, I don't know, because either way you flip it, it will seem to work. So we're just gonna kind of wing it. All right, so first end of the sway bar end link going in. So the bottom one is in. Before we can even do the top one, we have to again compress this thing because otherwise right now it's just not gonna line up. So with that jacked up, look how easily we can slide this sway bar end link. Like look at that. Look how easy that is. So much better. And just like that, guys, the new sway bar end link is in. Probably better see it from here. So hopefully this will resolve our clunking noise, but who knows, we still have a lot of other things to resolve with this car, but that was definitely causing some type of issue. I mean, it was definitely broken. You guys saw the original one. But anyways, we're gonna keep on moving on. I need to do the other side, but rather than, you know, filming that side and moving all my tools to that side, I'm gonna do the ride height level sensor, which sits in the rear over here. So we're gonna lower the car, jack it up from the rear, and then knock that out. So this, guys, I'm not sure if you've seen it before, but basically it's not the sensor itself that's broken, because that right there is the sensor. This right here. So this little swing arm thing is what's actually working, but the bracket that it holds onto is broken. So right now, as you saw, this thing's just swinging freely. So that's not exactly doing what it's supposed to. So this is the bracket that it attaches to. This will be what attaches to the sensor, and then this will be what attaches to the lower control arm. All we have to do is theoretically pop this in over here.
A few moments later.
All right, quick update, guys. You already know whenever I film from this angle, it's what I've just kind of given up. So I've been trying to pop this thing in for like the last 10 minutes, and it just wasn't going in. I'm an absolute idiot. I didn't realize there's a locking mechanism right over here. You see this little black thing up top? This locks it in. So you have to basically lift it up to unlock it, pop it in, and then lock it in. Pop it, lock it. I didn't realize that. I was like wondering what that thing was for. So that makes more sense. So I'm not even gonna bother taking the camera down there again. I'm just gonna pop this side in, and then we're going to attach this side to the actual sensor, and we should be good. So another update, we got the bracket in, as you guys can see. It's attached to the control arm right over here. It goes up and attaches to the sensor. So now as the control arm goes up and down, that sensor should swing with it, and we should no longer get that chassis malfunction warning while I'm driving the car. So it's been some time. They have some people cleaning the leaves and all that, so it's been really loud, but it's quieted down a little bit. But off camera, guys, I went ahead and changed the sway bar end link on the other side. You guys can see my huge mess over there. And yeah, we're pretty much good right now. If you guys are curious, that other sway bar end link really wasn't that bad. Like, look at this. It's definitely on its way out, but it's not nearly as bad as the other one. I'm really curious to take the car out for a drive to see if we get that warning for the chassis malfunction due to like the ride height level sensor. And I'm curious to see if it feels any less clunky now with these new sway bar end links. All right, it's been a little bit since I last filmed. Like I already said, we got a few things done to the Supra. But speaking of the Supra, guys, I mentioned in my last video, we have some big exciting news for it. If you guys have been following along with the story of this car, you will remember this was rebuilt in the state of New Jersey. I had to go through an entire process to get it rebuilt and re-inspected and retitled in the state of New York. I had my safety inspection on October 17th. I made a whole video about that, and thankfully we passed, which was probably the biggest hurdle to get through, to be honest with you. The rest of it was just a waiting game, but the wait is now over. We have the title for the Supra. That means we can finally proper register this thing, get a license plate, and just fully drive it whenever we want, however we want. Well, not entirely, you guys know what I mean, but we can finally just stop working on it and also just drive it as well. Like, I want to take this thing to the city. I want to go on fun drives with friends, rallies, all that type of stuff. Like, I love this Supra. I love driving it. I want to drive it more, so we can finally do that. So I'm obviously not going to show you guys everything, but there's the title right there for the state of New York. Now, the crazy thing is, like I said, I had the safety inspection on the 17th. Right now, it's November, probably like November 9th, I think. But I actually got this title on October 31st, the day of Halloween. So it only took 2 weeks to get the title in, which is crazy. So this whole process, like they told me it was gonna take 2.5 months to 3 months. It was actually really quick. I wanna say altogether, maybe like 2 months tops. I just didn't get a chance to register the Supra yet because honestly, with work and everything going on, it's really tough. Today is Saturday, typically when I have free time to do this type of stuff. And DMV is actually closed, so we're gonna head to an express registration place. I think they're gonna charge me a little more, but honestly, I just can't make it to the DMV. I have work. Like, DMV closes at 5, which is insane, and it's hard for me to get out of work. So anyways, point is, guys, we're going to hop inside the M3, and we're gonna take this thing and hopefully get it registered. Now, the only thing is, if they try to charge like an insane amount to register at this express place, probably just gonna wait and see if I can do it in the actual DMV. But anyways, cold start. I love the way that this M3 sounds. Like, I really don't think the camera does it justice. The single mid pipe, the big single mid pipe from Open Throttle, it's like the perfect setup for this car with the Dailer valve controller as well. Side note, I was debating taking the X5 because it's just always easier to drive and park in crowded places like this, but I figured it wouldn't be as fun for the vlog, so we're gonna take the M3. We don't have the GoPro because I forgot to bring it, but man, as much as I love driving the Supra, this M3 is just, there's no comparing it. This thing just feels so much more refined. I love driving this thing, but there's just something about the Supra. Maybe because it's rear-wheel drive, maybe because it's a small coupe. It just feels a little more exciting, if that makes sense. But I love it because both cars feel very different. They're both pretty much BMWs. One has the B58, one has the S58, and they have a lot of similarities, but at the same time, they are very different cars, which is great because I don't feel like they overlap in any way. They feel very distinct, very different, and it almost justifies it to me to own both of them. Will we own both of them for long? That's gonna be a whole other video, guys, but just bear with me. All right, we just parked, guys, and look who's double parked next to me. Nice car. Fun tip, by the way, never pay for the thing. Just press this button, get free 10 minutes. Anyways, let's find this express plate thing. That's sick too. All right, guys, bad news. I didn't get the car registered, not because of any technicalities. This express plate place charges another 115 bucks on top of what you'd normally pay to register your car. I'm not paying 115 bucks. That's insane. So unfortunately, we're not gonna get the car registered in today's video because I need to have this video up for tomorrow, which is Sunday, and I wanna have something to upload, but we will get the car registered eventually. At least you guys know the good news. I was hoping I can register it. I was planning on going like a POV drive and driving up to Styx and JD and surprising them with that because they don't know. But now they will know because I know they watch my videos. Man, 115 bucks extra. People pay a lot for convenience, huh? But I've reached a point in my life that I actually don't care for convenience. With this economy, man, you can't afford convenience unless you're rich. I'm gonna wrap up this video here, guys. Sorry it was a little bit of a fail, but at least we succeeded in the actual work of the car. So yeah, anyways, if you enjoyed this video, drop it a like, hit that subscribe button. We will get this Supra registered soon. I promise. It's just a matter of when. Anyways, with that said, this video is pretty much done, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.